6 people have been charged in an elaborate birth tourism scheme. It's aimed at helping Turkish women secure U.S. citizenship for their babies. And according to federal prosecutors, it's costing American taxpayers more than $2 million. NBC News senior investigative producer Anna Schecter joins us now. Anna, good to see you. So first of all, tell us more about this alleged scheme and how prosecutors say they pulled it off.
Well, this has been going on for about 3 years. There was a ring of 6 people involved. You had somebody in Turkey helping with marketing to Turkish women and their families. They were running Facebook pages, websites with "Your baby should be born in America." And this isn't anything new. I've been tracking this for about 15 years, actually, and we've known about birth tourism as sort of an industry for about 20 years, and Turkish women have been coming. But why this is so interesting is they were actually bilking Medicaid. So they had a couple people in the ring who were trained to help people sign up for Medicaid. And they were lying on those applications saying that these women actually were New York residents who were destitute, who had no money. And so that would pave the way for all their health care being covered. And the amount is staggering, $2.1 million at least, that prosecutors could track. So that's what's really interesting about this case. I've never seen that before in all the years that I've been covering this, where taxpayer dollars are coming into this. Usually it's wealthy women who are shelling out up to $50,000 or $100,000 US dollars to come here, give birth, and they get that American passport, which is worth, one, it's a status symbol. 2, the children, when they're older, can more easily attend university here. And when they're 21, they can actually start the process to legally bring the rest of the family over to the United States.
Now, Anna, these are known as, quote, birth houses. What more can you tell us about how the ringleaders allegedly set them up?
Well, they rented about 6 houses all over Long Island, so the outskirts of New York City, and they were operating so brazenly. It's incredible. They were actually signing up 119 women at least, using the same address. So you see photos there up on the screen. That's one of the houses where they actually obtained wiretaps and then were able to surveil, and they would see pregnant women coming and going. And you see the three of the sort of inner circle of the people who were operating this scheme. And they made tons of money because not only were they getting the Medicaid money, but the Turkish women were also spending about $7,500 for this whole package, which is actually, if you can believe it, it's a lot cheaper than a lot of the other women who have come to do this. Like from China, you see extremely wealthy people who just pay all in cash. And they spend a few months and they get an American baby. And it's really unique to the United States because of our 14th Amendment. If you're born on U.S. soil, you have access to get that U.S. citizenship. And other Western countries like Australia, the UK, they've actually scaled back and changed their laws so that you can't do this, but we have not. Interestingly, President Trump, during his campaign in 2015, he was calling to sort of shut this down. It's a really tricky issue because the amount of babies that do get born and for this purpose as birth tourism is probably not that huge. But Trump's inner circle, like the Stephen Millers of the world, they sort of wave this flag of birth tourism as being a huge problem. But this is actually an extremely interesting case. It's hard to find them and prosecute them. And these prosecutors did a great job and laid out a very, very strong case yesterday.
So, Anna, now that we do have charges in this case, what happens to these children and their mothers or their families?
It's a great question. So the mothers and their families are treated as material witnesses. So they are not facing charges. They are Jane Doe 1, 2, 3, and so on, going up into the hundreds, actually. So this is traditionally how the feds have handled it. We actually were at an FBI bust in LA about 5 years ago for the first ever raid of one of these operations. It was run by a group of Chinese Americans out in Southern California. So it's actually rare to bring these charges. So this is kind of a big deal. And I think that, the women are seen as they were sort of lured here. They're marketed to, you see the marketing. You see these pictures of babies with a U.S. passport, an American flag next to a Turkish flag. They are not seen as the perpetrators of this, which, having met a lot of these women, I think that's the right course of action to take. This is big business. This is a lot of money. It's the people profiting off of this that prosecutors are going after.
Anna Schecter, I know you've been following this for quite a while. Thank you so much for your reporting. Appreciate it.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.